Liz. How are you?
Yeah, you can start the video. Good morning. Can you hear me?
I totally can. It's so great to be here with you all. Oh my goodness, it's a full house today.
And we have several people on our conference call line.
Awesome.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down and get our microphone next to it so everybody can hear you.
That was what I was going to ask. Let me make sure that my sound, hold on. I'm actually going to make my volume louder too, so that I'm good on my end.
Okay. And Debbie's here too from the
I saw Debbie. Hi, Debbie. It's so good to see you.
Sorry if you get images of up my nose. That's not intended.
There, Zoom. I welcome all things on Zoom.
Oh, wonderful.
So for everyone who's just joining and starting to listen to my voice, I'll keep talking just so you could get the sound correct. Is that okay?
I'm just making sure.
I'm just going to keep talking just to make sure that the sound is good and we're all ready.
Can you guys, everybody hear this okay?
Hello, friends. Good morning.
Can you all hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't know. It's picking up feedback somehow. Let me. Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to turn my volume all the way up here. Okay, that should be better.
Is that better? I have no feedback on my end, just so that you know, like I can hear you crystal clear. So just make sure that my voice now is okay.
It is.
Excellent.
Yay. Good. All right. I am so grateful. Do you want me to give a few minutes or do you want me to start?
We're ready whenever you are.
I am ready. I'm just going to give a little bit of a visual description of where I am in this moment. So right now I'm sitting in my family's family room. I'm sitting on a chair, a white chair with a beige background and a picture of a boat behind me. And there's also underneath my white chair, there's a blue yoga mat just so my chair doesn't move while I'm speaking with you today. So just so you can, and I'm wearing a pink shirt and multicolored shorts and red shoes. I'm here at my family's home because we are celebrating my dad's birthday and he lives at the beach. So the beach will be part of our visualization for today. And also we'll be bringing forth the energy from the sun because the summer solstice is about to be here this coming Tuesday, the longest day of the year. So we'll channel some of that energy from the sun. We'll also tap into the fact that we had a full moon this past week. So that sun and that moon energy that kind of lives within us all the time, which we sometimes call yin and yang. That's what's within us at all times. And it's a beautiful thing how our bodies mimic nature. So I'll bring a lot of that into our discussion today and a lot of into the movements that I do today. So I am ready to go. Are we all still good? And was everyone able to hear that?
Yes, ma'am, we are good.
Great. Okay. So from wherever you are in this moment, I'm going to invite you to take the next few rounds of breath and just do a little bit of a check-in. We'll start with kind of like the very top of our head. Take a moment and bring our attention to the very top of our head. And then starting at the very top of our head, just start to do a little bit of a check-in, sort of scan through the muscles of your face. I know you've been meeting all morning. So the invitation at this moment is to start to begin to soften some of the muscles of our face. Maybe open and close our jaw a little bit. Make some sounds, as you're doing that. You can even take a moment to maybe put a smile on your face and then release that. And then just invite an overall softening from the very top of the head all the way through the muscles of the face and down to our chin. And then we'll scan a little bit further. Let's check in with our shoulders. So notice if we feel our shoulders maybe creeping a little bit up to our ears. Can we take a big breath in here and soften our shoulders a bit away from our ears? Kind of allow the shoulders to reach a little bit more toward the earth. And then check in, take a moment to notice a little bit of our upper torso. Start to soften from the shoulders all the way through the whole upper torso to your seat. No matter where we're sitting in this moment. And allow our seat to kind of feel a little bit softer, but also releasing anything we might have been holding on to into the seat beneath us and then into the earth. Allowing the earth to carry some of the things that we may be gripping and holding on to during the course of our day. And then we'll take a moment and just allow all of that weight that we might be feeling in our seat to drain through the legs, all the way through the bottoms of our feet and directly in to the earth beneath us. And then from here, just come to notice perhaps where your feet are resting in this moment. Noticing maybe the connection of your feet with what's ever beneath it. Noticing if what's beneath our feet feels soft or perhaps hard. And then gently coming to take a moment, knowing that we're in a few different spaces today, but just observe any sounds coming from your environment around you. Maybe it's in the room that you're all in together. Maybe it's for some folks who are on the phone right now. Just take a moment and allow your ears to sort of take in whatever sounds are around you in this moment. And then from there, start to gently turn your attention a bit more inward. And the invitation is to maybe invite one hand to perhaps your belly or your lower torso, and then your other hand perhaps right on top of that hand. And just start to breathe into the space underneath your hands. Inviting a little bit of expansion as you breathe in. And a very gentle release as you breathe out. And for today, maybe even imagining where your hand is, that there's a bright yellow flower. And every time you breathe in, that flower starts to open, almost like the flower opening toward the sun. And every time you breathe out, maybe it becomes nightfall and that bud starts to gently close up and rest. Take 2 more rounds of breath just like that, taking a moment to fill up the space underneath your hands. And at the bottom of your next exhale, you're gonna imagine what it's called sun breath. It's one of my favorite breaths to do. But we're gonna start to channel the energy from the sun. And the sun radiates in all directions, kind of expanding and reaching and shining and radiating. So from the next few rounds of breath, just gently release your fingertips so they're kind of alongside your side body, maybe facing down toward the earth. We'll invite a breath in here, And the invitation is to reach your arms as far out to the sides and begin to reach them as far overhead as you would like. It's almost like you're catching the sun in between your hands. Awesome, awesome. As you breathe out, release your arms gently right back down from where they came. Fingertips reached back down toward the earth. We're going to repeat that for a few rounds of breath, taking a big breath in, reaching your arms all the way to the sky, almost like you can catch the sun in between your hands. And then taking a big breath out, releasing your arms gently down to your side body. 2 more rounds of breath, just like that. Arms reach out to the sides as far up as feels comfortable for you today. And then gently releasing the arms down to the sides. And as you're catching the sun, maybe you're imagining catching some of that energy and that radiance and that beautiful yellow light that comes from our sun every single day, and most especially in the coming week. And on the next breath out, just leave your fingertips reaching down toward the earth for a moment. We're going to add a little bit more movement here. When you take your breath in, reach your arms to the sky, but maybe your palms come a little bit towards one another. So now we're creating the moon. Big breath in here. As you take your next exhale, take a little bit of a bend to one side. Inhale back to center. Take a little bit of a bend to the other side, almost like creating a crescent shape with your upper body. Inhale all the way back to center. And exhale, release your fingertips right back down by your sides. As you pause here, you can rest your hands in your lap and start to make some circles with your shoulders. So for me, I'm taking my shoulders forward and up as I breathe in, down and back as I breathe out. So it's almost like you're drawing the sun or the moon with your circles, with your shoulders. Breathing in here and breathing out. We tend to carry a lot of our stress and tension in our shoulders and in our upper body and our neck. So this just invites a little bit of a release. And then as you're ready, maybe you're switching the direction of those circles, taking your shoulders back and up, forward and down. Few more rounds just like that. Let the weight of the things that you carry just slowly melt toward the earth. And the next time the shoulders draw a little bit away from the ears, take a pause here. We're going to do a little bit more of our sun breath and that moon side bending, and then add on slightly. Each one of your fingertips reaches toward the earth, down by your sides. Your next breath in, reach your arms out and all the way up overhead. Let those fingertips touch and take a moment to side bend one more time to one side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bend a little bit like the moon, crescent to one side. Inhale back up. As you take your next breath out, take a moment to take a gentle twist. You can release your arms down towards your sides. Twist maybe to the right hand side first. It's a gentle twist. It's coming from your upper body. Maybe you're looking over toward the right side of your space. Inhale, reach your arms all the way back up to the sky like you're catching the sun. And as you exhale, take a moment to release your hands down toward the other side. This time, I'm going to bring your gaze toward the left hand side. Inhale, arms reach back up to the sky like you're catching the sun between your hands. And then soften the hands gently down into your lap. Take a breath in here. Start to shine your heart a little bit forward, and maybe just take a moment as if you're taking in the sun here, imagining the shape of it, the color of it, maybe a gentle sense of radiant heat. But not in like a hot, hot sense, in like a general warm sense. And as you take your next breath out, start to round into your back body. Draw your chin toward your chest and just take a pause here. We're doing some seated cat-cows. On your next breath in, shine your heart forward. Take a moment, almost as if you're reaching toward the sun. As you exhale, soften the hands down to your lap, round into the back body, chin draws to your chest. 2 more rounds just like that. Breathing in, heart shines forward all the way toward the sun. Breathing out, round into the back body, chin draws to your chest. 2 more rounds just like this. Breathing in, heart shines forward, kind of radiating that sun right from your heart. Breathing out, rounding into the back body. One last round, breathing in, heart shines forward. Breathing out, round into the back body, chin draws toward chest. And your inhale, come to find your way gently back up through center. We'll find a neutral spine, so not a cat or a cow tilt to it, just finding a little bit of lengthening through the back body. And let's release our fingertips one more time back down toward the earth. And this time, take a moment. We're gonna make a little ball with our hands. So kind of draw your fingertips in to like the inner part of your hands. And we'll start to make circles with our wrists. So it's like we're drawing the sun with our circles and our knuckles gently toward the earth. Can make these circles really tiny. We're rotating through the wrist and we're giving a lot of fluid to that wrist joint. And you can invite the elbows and the shoulders to join this movement too. So maybe as you're making these circles with your wrists, you're moving your elbows and your shoulders in any way that feels comfortable for you. The best part about these mindful movements is that they're yours, and it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing as long as you're inviting these movements in just for you. And then once you're done, take a pause here. You're going to reach your arms this time in front of you and open and spread through your fingertips, almost like you're pressing your palms right against a wall. Big breath in here. And then reach your arms, keeping your hands exactly where they are, all the way to the sky. We're doing a handstand to the sky. Did you know we were going to do a handstand in this class today? Big breath in, press your palms almost like you're reaching them all the way to the sky. And the best part about this is if the arms are reaching all the way to the sky doesn't feel accessible for you today, you can visualize that. Visualize your hands handstanding to the sky. Big breath in here. And as you exhale, soften your arm gently down to your side body. There's so much power and so much beauty in the visualization. So even if our bodies aren't doing the exact same things, we can still bring to our mind's eye all of these connections. So we'll take a little bit more movement before we take another mindful moment. On your next breath in, reach your arms out almost like a T shape to either side. So right arm out to the right side, left arm out to the left side. Big breath in here. As you exhale, give yourself a giant hug. Big hug. On your inhale, arms come back into a T shape. Big breath in, almost imagining that energy from the sun into your heart. As you exhale, give yourself a hug and maybe take the opposite arm on top this time. So what you're imagining here is an eagle flying in the sky, spreading its wings super wide. So bring your arms back into that T shape one more time. And as you exhale, give yourself a giant hug and imagine that eagle landing on a tree, kind of taking in the whole sun. Awesome. Inhale, come all the way back up. Make that big T-shape, arms out to either side. As you exhale, give yourself a great big hug. One more time. And kind of pause here, taking in the regalness of this eagle shape. And imagine that eagle just taking in the majesty of the sun at its highest point in the sky. Your next breath in, arms come out to a T, and then soften them gently down to your sides. The next part is optional. You can use the arms exactly as we did to give ourselves some eagle hugs, but you also have the option, if you would like, to take a little bit of movement from the lower body as well. We can do whatever feels best for us today. So for the next movement, arms come back into a T, and maybe you're crossing the right ankle on top of the left ankle, or the right knee on top of the left knee as you give yourself a great big hug. This is what we call our full eagle shape. Inhale to come back up, bring your arms back into a T, step your ankle or that foot back down onto the earth, and then switch sides. Maybe left ankle crosses on top of right ankle, left knee on top of right knee. Give yourself a great big hug, eagle, hug it out here. And then as you exhale, arms come back into a T, step both feet gently onto the earth, and then soften your hands into your lap. We'll take a pause as we land here. Big breath in. As you take your next exhale, invite your right ear to dip a little bit toward your right shoulder. It'll open up the left side of your neck a bit. And your next breath in, allow your head to come back through center, breathing in here. As you exhale, left ear draws a little bit toward left shoulder, and maybe notice which side felt a little bit easier to enter into this shape. Maybe which side we hold a bit more tension on. Inhale gently, bring your head all the way back to center. Draw your chin gently toward your chest. And this time we'll make mini half circles, almost like a semicircle shape of the sun, drawing the right ear toward the right shoulder. Inhale to bring the gaze back through center, chin draws to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Inhale back to center, chin draws to chest. 2 more rounds of these semicircles with our head and our neck. Right ear, right shoulder. Inhale gently, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Inhale, chin draws toward chest. And then gently draw the gaze all the way back up. And then this is the opportunity for you to find a particular seat that feels best for you. You may already feel best where you are, in which case stay exactly where you are. Or maybe you're bringing your back body to kind of meet the surface behind you, if you had shifted a bit more forward. And just take a pause here. Check back in one more time. Maybe notice where the feet are resting now, where your seat is resting. Where the back body is resting. Maybe notice that gentle curve in the back body as it rests against the support behind it. And we'll start to bring in that visualization of the bright sun that we've kind of been bringing throughout our whole practice. And imagine whatever color you wish your sun to be today. Maybe it's more of an orange, maybe it's more of a yellow, maybe it's golden. Take a moment to visualize whatever your sun looks like in this moment. And then picture the energy, that sense of lightness and radiance that mirrors the radiance that we all are, the radiant beings that we all are. And as you take your next breath in, imagine that beautiful sunlight making its way through our whole body, allowing the sun to enter in through the crown of the head, softening through the face.
Sorry, that was our conference call line.
That
I
was
thought we
really-
had some music in, you know.
I love it. It's great. It adds, I was gonna put music on in the background, but I didn't want it to not impede my voice for today, so. All right, so take a moment, let that sun move all the way through the forehead, maybe even around where your cheeks are. Taking in that beautiful light energy, letting it run through the jaw, the throat. Drawing the shoulders once again away from the ears. And imagining that sun radiating through both arms, out the fingers. Bringing that radiant sun back to our heart center. And this time allowing the sun to radiate down through the upper torso, the lower torso, down both legs, and all the way through our toes. Inviting us to take that energy and light that comes from this particular time of year. And knowing that we can kind of feel that sun's energy as we bask in it, maybe on our hands, on our hair. We can feel that energy around us and the temperature over the next few weeks. We can feel that energy coming from this particular time of year where we may actually start to feel more energized by the fact that the sun can sort of bask around us and around our whole being. And you don't have to see the sun to feel its energy. That's what the beauty of the sun is. And imagine this bright, beautiful sun kind of enveloping us in this moment all together. All radiant beings on the call line, in the conference room, here around me. And we're shining this sense of community around us, this sense of connection and togetherness. The togetherness you have in this moment as you're all meeting today. And the connections that you can make with individuals, even through Zoom conference call lines and through these beautiful lens of technology that we have. For the last few moments, invite yourself to bring your palms gently towards one another and just gently rub your palms a little bit forward and back, creating a little bit of heat, creating our own internal heat here, internal heat energy. Rubbing the palms forward and back just for a few more moments. And then taking a pause. Maybe separate your hands a little bit. Notice that energy between your palms. You don't have to be separated that far for you to feel it. And then take that energy from your palms. And you have an option. You can kind of cup around your face if you would like. You can draw the hands toward the shoulders if you would like, maybe giving a crisscross shape across your body, whatever feels best for you today. Just channel in that radiant sense from all beautiful beings in this space today. And whenever you're ready, you can release your hands gently down, back into your lap. And just take a moment to thank yourselves for giving yourselves the last half hour of this mindful moving session. And I am so grateful for every single one of you radiant beings. I wish you a beautiful rest of your meeting today. And I hope to be in this space again with you very, very soon. It's such a pleasure and an honor to work with you all, and I look forward to doing it again.
Larissa, thank you so much for this today. This was, I know this really was good for me. I hope everybody else enjoyed it as well. So thank you